Well, well. We meet again, my darling subjects. Come in, come in. Pardon the lack of decor. I'm still cleaning up around here. Do you know how difficult it is to dust off a skeleton? Especially when you're not fond of them. But speaking of spooky, do I have a tale for you today? That said, however, allow me to weave you a tale. This is darkness in the rearview mirror. In the summer of 2013, I found myself driving home alone on Highway 902 from a party. It was almost midnight, and needless to say, it was pitch black. As was usual at night, I was on edge. I had the radio off and could hear nothing but the muffled roar of tires on pavement and the dull hum of the engine. I snuck a glance into the middle of the rearview mirror and saw nothing but darkness through the back window. I know that I looked backward and saw nothing. I'm sure of it. Just the seemingly endless blackness of the night. I remember it so clearly because not 10 seconds later, a car passed by to the left, headlights on. I had one of those sudden adrenaline rushes like when you think that you see a person outside of your bedroom window when it's just a tree, or when you stir awake at night with the feeling of falling. 10 seconds earlier, nothing had been behind me. Suddenly, a car. I drove the rest of the way home shivering and knowing something was off. The next morning, I found 2 sets of scratches near the back of my van. Damn trash bandits! One was on the left rear, one was on the right. This car was pretty old. They could have been there for months, but that was the first time I distinctly remembered seeing them. In hindsight, there are 2 possibilities for what happened that night. Possibility 1, by some glitch in reality, or something paranormal, this other car had somehow appeared behind me within 10 seconds of me checking my mirror, like some strange ghost crap or something. However, the second option is what makes my blood run cold whenever I consider it. It hadn't even occurred to me until months after the fact, but it makes me dread driving home alone at night even more. Possibility 2. The car was normal. It had approached me from the rear and passed me to my left. However, something large, wide, and as black as the night had been clinging to the rear of my car, obscuring my view through the window and leaving deep scratches on the side. And I had inadvertently driven it home with me. My! Now see, my darling subjects, this is why we always check our rearview mirror. You never know when you could be driving home. But then again, that's just me. Also, I don't drive, so I wouldn't know. That said, however, that was quite the spooky tale we have in our hands. But don't fret, my darling subjects, for your time isn't over with me just yet, for there are more tales to be told. Stay tuned.